Worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right. Man, another beautiful day forward. Catching you a little later in the day. We're approaching sunset, right? But it's been another marvelous day. Magnificent. So much so, I thought that it would be appropriate to give a bit of an update, but from more of a spiritual perspective, right? Uh, Previous updates, worldwide movement, previous recent updates have been more from the scientific or metaphysical perspective, and not completely, but I just felt it appropriate today to speak a little bit more from a spiritual perspective, what we're looking at happening on the planet right now. So, man, 2024 has been powerful already. If you don't know that, let me make sure I let you know. It truly has been. We've seen magnificent change. The energies on the planet have been shifting and transmuting things. And I think it's appropriate that I let you know that I let you know, I pull your coat to the fact that there have been a great deal of dark, low vibrational frequency energies and entities that have left the planet, that are no longer on the planet. um, Simply not appropriate in this time that ascension of the human beings on this planet is imminent, right? Even if it takes a generation or two to encompass everyone, um, it is imminent, right? Um, has actually already begun with a certain percentage of the planet. Um, and we see more and more people, as I've spoken to before, more and more people daily, folks, truly waking up, having their own awakening experiences, beginning their ascension process, right? Of coming into a higher consciousness. Remember, folks, that's what this is about, right? This is about the evolution of man on this planet, not a physical evolution as much as an evolution in consciousness. We are evolving to a higher consciousness, a higher way of thinking, right? A higher way of processing our reality, uh, which energetically in turn turns into us actually projecting a higher vibrational frequency reality, which we would call our new paradigm, right? And we are doing that actively right now, right? Right now, we are doing that actively. So please be aware of that. But I want you to look for changes. And I told you folks, a good way, a good barometer, right? Or a good measuring stick, or a good indication of how far we've come. Conversely, how much of the low vibrational frequency energies that fostered and supported the old paradigm, right? Remember that. This is where the correlation between our physical human existence and the non-corporeal or non-physical influences that have impacted this planet, again, many of which very dark and low vibrational frequency. Folks, there are very dark and low vibrational frequency energies and entities that have left the planet who previously had been here for millions of years. I know. difficult to process, and esoteric. But nonetheless, this is the case. And it is appropriate because these energies slash entities had to be removed from the planet in order for this planet to foster completely the evolution that humanity is undergoing, right? And it happened in an energetic way, and it's continuing to happen as the energies on this planet, right? Remember, I told you over and over again that our entire solar system is in a new place. Well, it's always in a new place because it's always moving. But we are in an area of the galaxy where we are literally being bombarded by very powerful and transformative energies that are indeed fostering, supporting, and energetically jumpstarting our evolution in consciousness. That's what's happening, right? The world is not coming to an end, right? This is not Armageddon. This is a new beginning. And for those who understood the old prophecies, like the prophecies that the Mayans passed on that they got from civilizations before them, if we truly understand that and comprehend it correctly, then really you would see the foretelling that not only them, but many, if not all of the indigenous societies, the indigenous peoples of the planet have informed us on, right? Or helping to guide us through. They knew this time was coming, wisely so. And they are indeed aiding and preparing us. So if you know some indigenous folk, or you are given the wonderful opportunity to speak with some indigenous folk and to learn a thing or two and share some things with them as they share with you, I would advise to do so because they will give you good wisdom and direction that will aid and benefit you, right? As they share what you have to offer. We always have something to offer one another. That is the nature of human interaction, right? Folks, understand change is here. Huh? Did you hear me? Change is here. As you notice more and more desperate behavior, and you have to learn to cognize it that way, to recognize that it is desperate behavior that you see on the part of the socially economic elite that is played out in many ways through the actions of the governments on the planet, right? Um, we need to understand what this time is all about. And we need to understand that there are a multitude of things that are positioning us for our ascension into higher consciousness, right? We have divine aid from the other side of the veil, the likes of which and the depth of which you really couldn't even imagine how much help you really do get. Folks, free will has always been ours on the planet to work through our issues, right? And in that free will, we took ourselves to a very dark place. But now, as we are evolving, as we have survived long enough to make it to this part of the galaxy and our solar system's orbit around the center of the galaxy, we are now in perfect position, right? To continue our magnificent evolution and to take marvelous strides in the changing of our society, of our civilization on a whole, of our species, informing a new, not informing like information, but in the forming of a new, beautiful, high vibrational frequency paradigm. And I like to say, one that exhibits peace, love, respect. Folks, that energy, those entities, the darkness, right? Much of which has already left the planet. And the little stubborn remnants, because that's all it is at this point, those stubborn remnants that remain only remain here to continue to push us, right? To push us in our evolution and to enable us to be, or rather to challenge us, should I say, in reaching our next stage of evolution and establishing our new high vibrational frequency paradigm on this planet. So please do not be distraught. You may see some erratic, even more erratic, right? And curious, probably negative, low vibrational frequency behavior out of a lot of people in reaction to the changing of the energies on the planet. Remember, folks, much of when you see that, it is actually people processing these things out of them. Did you hear that? Often, when you see these forms of behavior, it is people going through the maturation process, yes. And in doing so, they've got to process through all of their own issues and the low vibrational frequency sort of hang-ups, right? That are minor obstacles at this point. I say minor because they have every tool available to them to overcome them. Minor obstacles in preventing us all from truly evolving to higher consciousness and being our best selves, thus living our best lives, right? Those things are, again, simply challenges to push us further. Folks, when I'm gonna try to give a little analogy of this. When I love the Steelers, right? you might have picked up on that. As a football fan, I've been a lifelong Steeler fan, right? Shout out to the fellas and to that organization in general, because I think they do it the right way and they maintain that family atmosphere, one in which young men can grow and continue their maturation as responsible men and contributors to the society uh, um, that they live in. But to give a little bit of an analogy, I hope this is accurate enough. When we're facing another team, we often have a scout team, right? And on that scout team, we have some of our players, we typically assign some of our players who can mimic the challenges that we'll face in the form of some of the other players on the other team. And we practice against that. Why? So they can get better and better. I say they practice against that so they can get better and better and better at what they do. And so that those challenges actually push them to excellence, right? And that is what these remaining remnants of low vibrational frequency energy / entities on the planet, that's all they're doing at this point, is pushing us, challenging us to truly, truly evolve, right? After this, there's no going back, folks. There's already no going back. A lot of people, or some people, should I say, may still be holding on to the hope that things will, quote unquote, return to normal. This is the new normal. And be glad that it is, because Though we may have been lulled to sleep in the old paradigm, in the old normal, there was much that needed to change on the planet, right? And in humanity. That is happening. We're doing that. And these challenges are pushing us to excellence so that we just get better and better and better, practicing every day on being truly our best selves so that we can begin to live our best lives. I'm talking about a new high vibrational frequency paradigm on this planet. Again, one that I like to say exhibits peace, love, respect. Know the time, folks. We are doing it, man and woman. We're doing it, folks. So continue on forward, steadfast, forward, forward, as we cement in our new high vibrational frequency paradigm of peace, love, respect. I salute you all. Uh, uh, I salute you all. And indeed, I love you all. And I thank you. None of us is doing this by ourselves. We're in this all together. Check out my song all together. Please do. Please do. Check out all my music, but that one is particularly appropriate. Man, thank you all. Let's continue to build a worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq, I'm out.